What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Sforgo. And finally, I was able to get my potential realized for Thanos, and I actually took the character up to level 80. And I thought I'd show you guys a little PvE gameplay with him because it doesn't look like this uniform really is any better in PvP than the Titan uniform or King Thanos uniform. It seems like the Obsidian King uniform is pretty much the same, at least from the videos that I have seen regarding Thanos. So, as far as him being 2,500 crystals, it doesn't look like it's really worth it from the PvP aspect. What about PvE? Well, the thing about PvE, guys, is like, I mentioned this in the last video where I talked about him, is that in World Boss, we're going to be doing stage 69 against Null. Well, the thing about this, guys, is universal male. And, I mean, there's already quite a few other characters that don't require near the investment as Thanos and don't cost 2,500 crystals for a uniform. You could easily do this, but Black Bolt, Thor, like these characters will plow through this, guys. And Loki is probably going to be getting a tier 4 very, very soon. These characters can all, they're going to, well, Loki can't do it yet, but he probably will be able to do it once his show gets released. But Black Bolt and Thor can do this. You don't have to put near the investment in those characters, right? I mean, Thanos can destroy it, right? But the thing about Thanos is the fact that the Obsidian King Thanos uniform here, guys, has a tremendous amount of difficulty doing this clear with the current build that I have. I mean, it's very, very, very difficult, whereas in the Farmer Thanos uniform, it's easy. Like, he just destroys it. He just plows through it, as I will show you. And then I'm going to show you guys a run against Gore here, against stage 35, where you need an alien. Well, the thing about this is, you do have Thor. Thor can do this. However, if he is not tier 4 and he's tier 3, he dies very, very easy. And this is where Thanos really comes into play. Thanos is super, super tanky, and it makes this clear a whole lot easier to do. Now, how many of you are at Gore stage 35? I have no idea. But that is something to note about the character. There might be a point in the game where you might want the uniform just to make your life a little bit easier, but you don't really need it because Thor could do that clear, guys. But man, he dies super, super easy. But here's stage 69 with good old Thanos, guys. We're using a mighty CTP of destruction. I'm not using a brilliant or anything like that, right? We're using the same build as I did in the last video. And he pretty much makes mincemeat out of this. I mean, you guys can see the damage that he's doing. He destroys it, guys. Like, he doesn't even need to be level 80 to do this clear. But again, there's other characters like Black Bolt and Thor that can do this. And that's kind of the thing. And it's not really too difficult with those characters, guys, especially if you have good builds on them. Just at level 80, they don't need to be tier 4 to do this clear. I mean, I know Thor for sure doesn't need to be tier 4 because I did a level 80 clear with Thor way back in the day against Null, stage 69. But Thanos is just, I mean, the good thing about him is he is really easy to play. I mean, he's super easy to play, and he's very proc friendly if you play him fairly well, right? If you're careful about how you time your tier 3, you do the delay the way you're supposed to do the delay. I mean, that's really nice. He's very, very tanky. You don't have to really worry about him dying or taking a lot of damage. That's something else that's really sweet about the character. I gotta admit, man, like, playing Thanos is pretty fun. Like, whenever I was playing Thor, whenever I was playing Thor against Gore, man, I was like, Jesus, man, this sucks. But when I play Thanos against Gore, it's a lot easier. It still sucks, but it's a lot easier. And that only sucks because Gore's just a real pain in the butt sometimes. But Thanos just does really, really well. And in that King Obsidian uniform, guys, he just, like, I said in the last video that I thought maybe, whenever you'd be able to take this character up to level 80, you wouldn't need the Farmer Thanos uniform because the King Thanos uniform would probably be more than enough in PvE content. But I was mistaken, guys. Seriously, at stage 69, I mean, if you guys want to see that, I can show you that in another video. But the King Thanos uniform has a lot of difficulty trying to do this. This is very hard for that thing, but you see how easy it is with this uniform. But do you need it? No. Because there's other characters that you can use, and that's really the caveat and the problem with it. But man, Thanos does make this pretty easy, and this is why I want to show you guys that Gore run, because right now against Gore, against stage 35 at least, the only level 80 character that we have available that is an alien that has that tier 4 available to do that high level is Thor. And if Thor isn't tier 4, I'm telling you, that Gore stage can be a real pain in the butt. Yeah, he can do it. He can absolutely do it. I guarantee Thor can do it. He does enough damage. But keeping him alive is quite the nightmare. But he does have a lot of AoE. That's also something else that's pretty nice. This isn't meant to be a Thor versus Thanos video, although we have seen that in the comics, right? But it's not really meant to be that. I'm just trying to put some perspective on Thanos. Like, if you do have the uniform, it's nice, man. Like, it really is nice. But I have trouble recommending it. I really do, because I know that Loki's going to get a tier 4, and Loki's probably going to be very good against Gore, stage 35, right? But will Loki be as tanky as Thanos? Probably not, right? How many characters are as tanky as Thanos, right? How many characters can get abused as much as this character, thanks to, his 70% HP heal whenever he gets down to a certain percent HP threshold, right? How many characters can do that? Not very many, guys. Not very many. And that's kind of the thing about Thanos is, you're really just paying for a really strong PvE character that has a really great leadership, but, for PvP and so on, but also because of his tankiness, right? Just the ease of play that he has available for you, to where you can come in these higher levels like this and you can get it done. You're not going to need a brilliant or anything like that. I mean, honestly, if I'm playing with Thor, guys, I'd probably want to put a brilliant on him to do this, because I'd want to do as much damage as fast as possible so that way I could get the clear, right? And whenever you're switching around those brilliants, that costs you a lot of crystals. Now, on certain accounts, I can definitely do it with a rage, right? Or maybe even like if I slapped a mighty on him, I could probably do it. I mean, I might try that. I mean, there my rotation got a little messed up, right? I hit the 3-4 and then the 5, right? But the damage is, I mean, it's awesome. He's really plowing to it. He's destroying. He's doing really, really wonderful. I hate this face so much against Gore. Like, seriously, when you get in these higher levels against Gore, this is really annoying as hell. Like, he's just an annoying boss to fight. Like, I don't really have a lot of fun fighting Gore, to be perfectly honest with you guys. I don't enjoy this boss at all. It's like they just throw a whole bunch of crap at you and, hope it hits you. It's kind of how this feels, right? I almost dropped my phone just a second ago. But Thanos, man, I mean, 2-3, I mean, look at the damage. I mean, that was 8 bars he just did there. That's pretty nice, with a mighty. That's pretty nice. That's really, really good damage. And again, guys, with the King Thanos uniform, it would be way more difficult to do this clear as well. Way more. Even though Farmer Thanos is doing this very, very fast, he's just a lot stronger, honestly, in this uniform than what he is in the King. And it's like, especially when you go to level 80, you'll see a bigger, there'll be a bigger gap in the damage at level 80 between the King Thanos uniform and the Farmer Thanos uniform. There's a bigger gap. Like, it's pretty ridiculous. And I'm just trying to avoid these purple attacks here, trying to get it done. By the way, guys, even with Thanos being as tanky as he is, this took me quite a few tries. I mean, it took me about 20 minutes to do, so I had to play it quite a few times to get it done, because Gore really is a pain in the butt. He can just one-shot you, and if Thanos' passive is already gone, he won't get that 70% HP heal, and yeah, he can still die, but it's still a lot easier with this character than what it is with, Thor, for sure, at level 80, for sure. Come on, building up that meter. And there we go. And I'm not even really worried about the purple attacks. And, 2 minutes and 12 seconds to spare, right? Doing stage 35 Gore. So, I mean, for me, I'm going to be using Thanos to do from stage 35, 39, because 34 is the highest I'm at right now, to get these clears and, and get it done, right? But, I think for a lot of players, they're just not going to be at that point. They're not going to be at stage 35 Gore, and they're really going to feel like, they're going to need it. I think really the uniform is pretty much a pass for most players, but I wanted to show you guys some PvE gameplay with the character at level 80 and show that he really is super strong. So if you do have the character, if you did buy it, he will make your life a little bit easy in certain situations in the game. But as far as PvP, I don't really think you need it. Honestly, at tier 4 with the King Thanos uniform, I think he'd perform just about as good as what he does in the Farmer Thanos uniform. But when it comes to PvE content, this thing really is way, way stronger, especially when you get him up to, level 72, 74, level 80. That's when you see a huge difference in the damage. Not sure why that is, but you just see a bigger difference whenever they're at level 80 versus level 70, which can make your life a whole lot easier in World Boss Legend content. So guys, let me know what you think about Thanos, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. TW7 time. The link is in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.